What's up, guys? This is another episode of Off the Post, and I'm your host, DJ Redcap, but something's missing today, and I just do not feel comfortable with this. But it's for a good cause. As you can see, I am wearing my sky blue jersey today, and this was given to me by actual supporter group Cloud9. So I thought I should wear a Cloud9 given gift because we have a special guest with us from Sky Blue. We'll get into that in a second. As you can see, we have the rest of our panel, Neil and Aaron, or I call them JK now, and they're going to be here. We're going to do a lot of NWSL review, and then near the end, we're going to talk about this amazing trip with a couple of these crazy panelists to Chicago. So let's just jump right into things so we're not wasting too much time. Let's first talk to each panelist and see what they've been up to lately. Gina, how have you been doing lately?
I've been working.
You do not sound happy at all.
Not a fan. But, yeah, no. Other than that, I mean, I've been pretty good at just getting ready for class to start again and, random shenanigans.
All right.
Pretty much life.
Sounds good to me. Karen, what's been up? Please don't say working all the time.
No, well, just a little bit. I mean, I gotta, right? Paycheck. But other than that, I mean, I went to the beach. That was cool.
Ah, yeah, you did.
And I'm rejuvenating. Other than that, nothing much.
Okay. Well, sounds good.
Yeah.
Karen, just taking it easy. Neil, what have you been up to? Have you been to the beach?
I have not, no. But I've also been working a little. My classes started back last Wednesday, so I'm back in school now. So, but
Dang, all you guys going to school, you aren't making money off the post? Oh, wait, none of us are. So.
right.
All that money. What is this? And now let's introduce our special guest. As you know, she's a midfielder for Sky Blue. Her name is Nikki Stanton. Welcome, Nikki.
Woo! Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. It was amazing to see that game actually, or with all those fans or whatever, say one of the biggest games. How did that feel to play in such a front of a big crowd?
Yeah, that was awesome. It was our first sold-out crowd, and it's just so different playing in front of, like, thousands of people, you know? It just adds such a different atmosphere, and, like, that goal was just huge. Like, the stadium was roaring. It was really cool. It was a great experience.
Good. It's very good to hear. People, come out to Sky Blue games. I'm not going to tell you this again. Okay, I'm not going to go on rants yet. Seriously, though. Seriously. As you know, if you have anything you want us to have, so talk, and we will answer those questions at the end of the show. I say right now we should jump right into it and talk a little bit of NWSL review. We're going to start with Houston versus Seattle first, as we have our Seattle fans on here who are about to cheer and tease me a bit. So let's see what they have to say first. We're going to go through them. Neil, what did you think of Seattle's performance this week?
Oh man, that was Seattle of last year when I was pretty positive they were just going to win the whole thing. Like, Kim Little is back, and she is taking no names. Like, she went off. Like, that was insane.
And Karen, what were your thoughts on Houston, how they performed in this game? Were you disappointed in them? They really need the points.
Well, I mean, it was disappointing in that they didn't get any points out of it for them, not really for me as a Seattle fan. It was it was disappointing for them because they actually did, I think, play a really great game. They had a lot of chances in the first half. Unfortunately for them, they didn't put them in, and we put ours in the second half, so that's just how it goes. But they did have actually, they had a really great game, so disappointing for them.
And Nikki, what have you seen from Seattle and Houston this year when you played either of those teams? Can you hear me now, Nikki?
Yeah, sorry, what did you say?
Sorry. What have you seen from Seattle and Houston when you played both of those teams? First Seattle and Houston.
I mean, Seattle has a really strong midfield. They're just super technical. I mean, we saw Kim at one point dribble through, I think, 8 people and score in the 18-yard box. So, like, I was like, oh, cool, see you next weekend. But actually, like, literally, we actually see them next weekend.
I know.
But, and then Houston is just, I mean, they're a different style. They're more about physicality and strength and, you know, they have Tony Presley, who just kind of runs the back, and I mean, they're both really different teams to play against. So that game was fun to watch. I was mostly scouting Seattle because we play them on Saturday, but I was like, okay.
Well done. I was scouting Seattle too. I'll send you my notes.
Yeah, thank you. Please do.
Like I said, Houston really needed this game. I'm guessing like next year they can look forward next year because I feel like that top four is pretty much wrapped up now because they just haven't been consistent enough to break it for the most part. As for Seattle, it's the Kim Little show right now. If she starts scoring for a team that's already been this good, oh man, we really better watch for them. This is the wrong time to start scoring, Kim. You should have waited until after the Sky Blue game or something. Really.
Yeah.
So I know we'll be all right. Sky Blue we'll handle it. So.
I think so. I think we'll watch some film. We'll figure it out.
Oh, definitely. So Houston is in 7th place with 20 points, and Seattle is in 1st place with 36 points. Now let's talk about the team I care the most about, as I've been pulling them along all season, cheering for them, and hoping that we push, and we're making a little, we're doing a nice little, I guess, a couple of wins here and there now. We're looking much better. It's been fun to watch the team and everything. And we played against Portland, which was an exciting game. We will start with you, Jennifer, our kind of Portland fan. What were your thoughts on how Portland played?
Portland played okay. I thought they were going to get a goal in, to be honest with you, especially with Alex Morgan taking a penalty. But Brittany Cameron is just insane. She's ridiculous. So, good for Sky Blue for that shutout. But, yeah, I mean, Portland, they've kind of been doing what they've been doing all season, breaking my heart and not following through with what they're supposed to be doing. So nothing against Sky Blue, though. Nothing against Sky Blue. But I did call Portland to win that one. But, I mean, Sink took an injury, so, that I don't want to say that looks good moving forward for the other teams, but Portland, I think, at this point was the only one that could even remotely catch that 4th place spot. And with Sink injured, I don't foresee that happening now. So I think you're right, DJ. I think the top 4 are pretty much secure at this point.
Yep. Nikki, what were your thoughts on how you guys played this weekend? I was happy, very happy.
Yeah, I was really happy. I thought everything we've been working on for the past couple weeks just kind of has been carrying through, and we kept possession. Portland definitely had some good chances in the end, and BCAM came up huge, which props to her. But, I think we also had just as many chances, and it could have been, we could have also scored some more goals. So, but it was definitely good to get the win.
Yeah,
I thought we definitely looked good. We're kind of peaking, and it might be a little late, but at least we're having a peak,
Right, you gotta have one in the season. We just had a little too late. Like I was talking to Neil before we came on air. I said if we would have had more games, we would have caught some of these teams. We started peaking just at the wrong time, even though we're enjoying it, but it's just a little too late. So.
A little late, yeah.
And Karen, overall thoughts on that game?
It was an exciting game. Again, I think Portland kind of fell short. I thought a lot of the chances were for Sky Blue, actually. Both teams had some trouble finishing here and there. I thought Kelly O'Hara and Sam Kerr did what they've been doing the last couple of games, is they worked really well together. That goal was epic. It was awesome. Got a lot of cheering out of me. I wanted to see Sky Blue win. I picked them to win last week. So that was exciting for me. Upsetting about Christine Sinclair and her injury, just for her and also for the fans. But I thought it was a really good game. Brittany Cameron was up there with Kim Little for Player of the Week for me, for those stops on Alex Morgan's bouquet.
Yep, I agree with all that, 100%. Like I said, great win by Sky Blue. Brittany Cameron has been amazing. Another save. She's helped us so much this season with all that. I mean, she's had so many shots come at her if you look at the league stats. So she's had a great season. I've enjoyed watching her. And as for Portland, to me, with their fans' expectations, they failed to live up to them this year. I don't know what changes are going to be made, but there's going to be like a bunch of changes probably coming because they just haven't lived up to what they want. And maybe they can account it to injuries or World Cup or whatever, but sometimes you might need a few changes to get back to where you want to be because they have such high expectations of Riveters. So I'm guessing they'll do what they have to do to please those fans.
Yeah.
As we know, Sky Blue is in, who cares where we're at? We're just doing good right now. And Portland is in 5th place at 22 points. I always do that. Now let's go into the FC Kansas City versus Boston game. This is a game that I think every panelist predicted right. Let's go with you, Neil. What were your thoughts on how FC Kansas City performed?
Well, I mean, what we were saying actually before the show started, how FCKC's they've kind of been the quiet team this year. Yet they're like always there, you know. So they're sitting there. I guess they're at fourth right now, right?
Yep.
You know, A-Rod's looking great. Holiday's looking great. They're attacking, I guess, positions are looking really good. Defense, I can't really say much about that just because Boston offensively hasn't been too great this year, you know. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I guess maybe leading into the playoffs how Kansas City's doing, but offensively they look fantastic. Their possession's always on point. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it is a wait and see. You're right about that with them. Jennifer, your thoughts on how what's that other team, Boston? Yeah, how they performed in that game?
Yeah, you know, but I've season they've been really inconsistent. They kind of continue to be inconsistent. I mean, they did have to face Lauren Holiday coming back from an injury now, who obviously made a big impact with a goal and an assist. So, given that they were up against, you know, kind of the silent killers all season of Holiday and A-Rod, they did decently, but I mean, it was a 3-0 loss. So that tells you how inconsistent they've been playing, and especially in that particular match, how inconsistently they were playing. I think they only had like 4 shots. They really didn't have any on goal. I think Nair had like 5 saves, so you know, good for Nair for, you know, stepping up. But I mean, they weren't playing well. So
yeah, and it seems like every game she's just like they're just taking shots at her left and right, and she just has to save as many as possible, but you can't save everything if they're getting as many shots on goals. So. Nikki, what have you seen from Boston this year, and then tell us what you've seen when you got to play against FC Kansas City.
So against Boston, I think they've been very inconsistent. But when they do play well, I mean, they look good. But I think it's just finding that, like, clicking and then, like, keep clicking. You know, they'll have, like, a click here and a click there. And I actually didn't watch the game because we had our game, but I was really hoping Boston would pull through because that would help us. So I was kind of heartbroken when I saw the score, but we kind of got ourselves in that hole. But I'm excited to play Kansas because we played them our first game and we snuck out a win. We were outshot, but I mean it was an exciting beginning of the season. So it'll be good with our full roster and just like how much we've improved throughout the season to kind of see where we stack up with them again. So that's on the 2nd. So I'm really excited for that game. That'll be good.
Yeah, it'll look totally different because, like I said, at the beginning of the year, they did we got that little sneaky victory, and people were just all in shock. And I'm like, we won, you know, I don't care.
Yeah.
Then,
yeah, exactly.
And then, as you said, Boston, they're a team that at points they looked good in the season, but just like I said, inconsistency at times. Really.
Yeah. Like they have moments of greatness, but it's kind of like you just got to be great a little bit more, I think.
Yeah. If only my parents told me that when I was younger.
Yeah, there you go.
Good advice by Nikki right there. So I agree. You just got to be great a little bit more.
Be great just a bit more.
Right. It'll work out for your life. As we know, FC Kansas City is in 3rd place, just coasting along quietly. You better watch them in the playoffs with 28 points. And Boston is in 9th place with 15 points. So. Everyone's just like, oh. Chicago versus West New York Flash. As you guys know, a lot of us panelists, well, Jackie and Graham and myself, we were at this game. It was a pretty fun game to go to. I usually daydream at games a bit before I focus in on the game, so I was daydreaming when I got there looking at everything, at how big the crowd was. Chicago, you did it real good. Nice supporter group. Was real happy to see them all on the drums going at it. And we have a ton of footage, and we're going to get a video out to you guys so you can see our trip in Chicago. It was great. People said I was trolling the whole time. I don't think I was. I don't think that's part of my personality, if you know me.
No, of course not.
So we're gonna start with you first, Karen, since you said that. What are your thoughts on how the Chicago Red Stars play?
You know, they played a really good game. They had a lot of chances. It's just that they didn't put them away, and I think that's probably going to be their biggest. That's going to be like the biggest hurdle that they have to get over when they get into the playoffs is finishing those chances. Sophia Huerta had a few really good. There were through balls played to her, and just didn't put them away. But that was also Chantel Jones, the flash keeper, being a badass, basically. And then there was Kristen Best, who also had a lot of really, really, really good chances, but she didn't put them away. And again, that was a lot of that was Jones making some really massive saves for her team. But they did have some really, really good chances. I think Julie Johnston had a few chances on like corners and set pieces. So they're getting their chances. They're just not finishing, and I think that's going to be a problem for them moving forward if they don't fix that.
Yep. Neil, your thoughts on the Western New York Flash? How they looked?
Personally, I think they've, ever since Heyman's joined, they've looked like significantly better. So, I thought they looked, pretty good this weekend. And, they recently, hired, I guess it was a new coach, right? So I wish they had done that earlier in the season because I feel like their team would have maybe gelled more. They might have had more consistency and just as a unit and whatnot. But yeah, they had a few chances here and there. Once again, Chantel Jones was pretty much the brick wall of their back. Like she was blocking, everything, like not letting anything get through. I don't know. I kind of wish, Western New York had some more games to play, and they could, or I guess I wish it was earlier in the season, and I could just see like how they could, get better and better. Because I feel like they've got the players, they've got the talent. I just wish they had a bit more time.
Oh, you're starting to sound like us with Sky Blue. I wish we had more time.
I wish the whole league had more time.
Yeah, well, just us. Nikki, your thoughts on West New York Flash here, and then on Red Stuff.
I think that the Flash is a really good matchup for us, just because we're more like possession oriented, and they're more like more physical. So it kind of, I think, ends up playing to our advantage a lot of the time. It's always fun to play them, but they're definitely looking better after the World Cup, I thought. And I think that Chicago is having a little bit of trouble incorporating their World Cup players into their starting roster. They have amazing players, but I just feel like their whole chemistry when they got back was kind of a little bit shaken.
Yep.
Which, if they can get it fixed, that's great, before playoffs or whatnot. But, yeah, it's been fun to play both of them.
Yeah, I agree with you, though, there, because the thing is, I think I was talking to someone. I said, I don't even remember last time they won a game. They haven't won in August a game, actually. They've been draw, losses, blowouts. I think it was a 5-2 one somewhere. I'll mention a blowout in a minute. 5-2 one somewhere, and then it was just like, they've struggled, really, to be honest with you. Yeah. And it's just like, all talent, when it comes together, it can be amazing, but if it doesn't come together, then you might be out in the first playoff game. So
Exactly, yeah.
So Chicago right now, they are sitting at, where are we at? They are sitting in second place, even with an inconsistent month of 29 points. And the West New York Flash are sitting in 8th place with 20 points. All right, guys, now this is the fun time where we ask our guests a few questions. I'm going to let the panel do it, and I'm just going to sit back and laugh at their questions. So we're going to start with Jen first. What question do you have for Nikki?
Bring it on.
There you go. Let's go.
Yeah. So, Nikki, I know you're like me, and you're a little bit of a foodie. What is the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Oh, duck liver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's badass.
I went to France, and they were like, try this, and I was like, this tastes really gross, and they were like, yeah, it's duck liver, and I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. Gross.
Put on that like a little bit of ranch dressing on the side of it or something?
Yeah, they had no ranch in France. Like, can we get a little bit of this ranch, maybe some pizza? They were like, what? Like, all right.
Nice. Thank you, Jen, for the question. Always good ones.
Thank you.
Your question for Nikki?
Yeah, my question is, if you ever have like a bad day or you play a bad game or you guys lose or something, what do you do to cheer yourself up? Is there like one thing that never fails to cheer you up?
Well, I usually call my grandma.
No.
She's like the light of my life. Her name is Bammy, and she actually, we got tattoos together, and she got the word naughty on her wrist. But the word for her naughty means like to have fun, enjoy life, like I didn't get naughty on. I didn't get that, but and she usually. I mean, the main thing that she always says is like, okay, well, like let's appreciate where you are. And then I'm like, you know what? I am one of the luckiest people in the world to get to do what I love every day. And like, yeah, I might have had a bad practice or we might have lost, but like, look where I am. Like, I'm surrounded by people that I used to idolize, and like I'm on the same field as them, and it's so cool. So I kind of just like sit back and I'm like, yeah, it's a bad day, but like, look, in the grand scheme of things, tomorrow's gonna be probably better. So.
Right.
Hey,
Thank you, Karen, for the question. And now, Neil, I know you got a question for Nikki. What is it?
yeah, actually, just, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes ago, I found out that, Nikki, you are good friends with Carly, Shannon, and Alana from Soccer Girl Proms.
Yeah,
right?
I went to college with them. I'm good friends with them. Soccer Girl Proms.
Yeah, we, well, just a little something to look forward to, I guess, for our fans and whatnot. We're kind of talking to Soccer Girl Props right now, maybe trying to collaborate and do some things with them. So I guess basically what I want to ask you is, we all know their videos are hilarious. They're goofballs. What's the silliest thing they ever did at practice when you played with them in college?
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, for starters, Shannon is in herself, just her being alive is funny. Like, everything she does in practice, like, I don't think there was one practice where she didn't have everyone laughing, and it's just her just being awkward, I think. I don't even know if I can think of one thing. I mean, Soccer Girl Probs kind of blew up. I think it was because I was in their year because I redshirted. I think it was our junior year. And they would just like, they would put on their ref outfits and like just come to like practice, and we'd be like, wait, but what's going on? Like, no, we have to play soccer. You can't have those on right now. They're just, I don't know. It's so funny because that literally started. We were waiting for like the laundry to be done, and we at one point we all had the Twitter account, and then those three just took it over, and it was like, boom, Soccer Girl Props.
Yep.
Crazy.
That's awesome. That's so awesome.
They're great. They're really funny.
All right, thank you, Neil, for the question, and I think that's everything. I guess I'll have to come out to a game in Jersey, and we'll eat like some goat ankles and duck liver sometime.
Ew, yeah, that would be so great. We'll just have to pull over at a farm and be like, yo, hook us up. I don't know where we can find that, but
give me some of those right there. Just throw them in the back, right? But, thank you for being on. Appreciate it. It was fun, so we really enjoyed
That's
you.
awesome. Thanks, Nikki.
yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Oh, yeah, anytime. You take care, all right?
Thanks, you too, and have a great rest of your show.
Oh, we will.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All righty, bye, guys.
Bye. All right, guys, it's that fun time where we do our Sensational Six. So I will start with you first, Neil. Who are you putting on for the Sensational Six?
Awesome. So glad you went with me first, because I know my girl would have gotten picked if I didn't get to go first. So, I mean, obviously it's going to be Kim Lethal as my Sensational Six player. So.
All right. And why is that? Is it because you're a Seattle Reign player fan? I'm joking.
I mean, it's not just because of that, but she definitely has had, I don't know, like a quieter year this year. But as of late, she's been going back to Kim of old, and
yep.
I mean, if Seattle's in first without Kim being Kim, then I like that, and I'm really loving what I'm seeing right now. So.
Mm-hmm.
Karen, he stole her from you, so now it's your turn.
It's okay, she's still right here.
She's right here.
I'm gonna pick Brittany Cameron.
Hey, what?
Hey, she's awesome. She's awesome. Kim and Brittany are the two players that had to be on this list, right? I mean, she was legit. She stopped that PK from Alex Morgan, and I swear to God, like, her body weight was going that way while the ball was being kicked that way, and yet she still stopped that rebound. It was insane. It was awesome. Yeah, the PK in the first place was her fault, but she made up for it like twice in a row, so it's fine. Besides those PKs, she just had a really good game, keeping Portland from scoring. So Brittany Cameron is my Sensational Six pick.
These Seattle fans always stealing these Sky Blue players. I swear to my life. I swear, you guys.
Love it for that.
You guys kill me. Jen, who do you have this week?
Well, if Karen wasn't going to steal Brittany Cameron, I was. So, but since Karen took her first, I'm going to go with A-Rod for her brace against Boston because, Kansas City's in a position where they needed that win. They're in third right now, as much as it pains me to say that. So, it's okay. We'll make up for it. We play them this week. But regardless, so I'm going to go with A-Rod.
Ian goes with A-Rod. All right, so I guess it's my turn. Well, I'm going to choose someone from the game I went to. I'm going to choose 2 people, and I'll let someone else choose someone else so we can make it a good 5. I'm going to go first with Chantel Jones because that was an easy decision, wasn't it? She made the save she had to. And then a player that actually stood out to me in that game that I don't know if Gilliland for Chicago Red Stars, she looked good that game. She was she just seemed like she didn't do like watching her actually out there was amazing because she was so fast and she cut through the defense at one point. Now it's just like take a shot. She passed it off. I was like no. So I'll go with her. And let's see. Well, we will go back to from Karen. Karen, you got another choice we can add onto this list?
Yeah, Chantel Jones.
Already got it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you just said that. I'm stupid. It's fine. I'm listening, obviously.
She's done it twice.
Jones.
It's fine. Kalia Ohai is my other pick. Even though Seattle Reign won 3-0, Ohai was unstoppable almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was great. She had really good runs. She had really good crosses. She was involved in most of the attacking plays for Houston Dash. So she's going to be on my list as well.
Good choice. That's a real good choice. I always like watching her play. So that's the Sensational 6. Kim Little, Brittany Cameron, Kalia Ohai, A-Rod, Chantel Jones, and Aaron Gilliland. So that's it, guys. We're going to jump into our NWSL preview, and this is where we predict the stuff, and most of us have actually been right on with these predictions, so I like it. Let's go with you first, Jen. We're going to start with the Seattle versus Boston game. A little bit of what you think and who you think you got winning this game.
Oh, this is Seattle's.
Yep.
This is Seattle's game to lose. Like this is kind of handed to them on a silver platter. If they lose this one, it's their own fault. So I'm gonna say 3-0 Seattle.
I'm right with you, actually. Karen?
Yeah, I said 3-0 Seattle. Boston has nothing to lose, but Seattle really wants that shield. If they win this game, they get the shield. They aren't going to back down, and they're going to win the game. They're going to win the shield, and it's going to be 3-0.
Neil?
Yeah, I'm definitely rolling with my Reign. I want to say they take the game. Let's see. I actually just heard that Yanez, I believe, is going to sit out that game.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, that might hurt some in offensive productivity. But I still think they'll win pretty big. I'm going to say 4-0.
Yeah, it should beat down special. I think it's a clean sweep. We just don't have. Boston is playing playing right where we, playing just how we thought they would play at the beginning of the year. Seattle's going to win this game. Everyone said it. I see a little scoring goal, maybe 2. Boston drops another one, 3-0 Seattle. FC Kansas City versus Spirit. Let's go to you first, Neil. Who you got and why?
Let's see. It's in Kansas City, I believe. So
Yeah, it is.
That's a really tough one to call. Because they're both, pretty much at the same spot in the standings. I think Washington actually has an additional game for over Kansas City. So I'm just gonna randomly pick because I really can't say. But I'm gonna go with Washington.
Good man.
I can see her face. She was like, "Do it."
I'll say 2-1.
Karen?
Yeah, I picked Spirit as well. The thing is, while Kansas City has been reaching their peak, I think they've been finding their stride. I think Spirit has just been super consistent for the most part. And their backline is on fire right now. They're super solid with Oyster and Allie Krieger. Harris is going to be in goal, I'm assuming. So that's going to be a lot that Kansas City has to get through, even though A-Rod and Holiday have been kind of finding their cool thing that they got going lately. The thing is, a lot of their goals in the game versus Boston were because their players were beating the Boston defense. I don't think they can do that with Spirit's defense, so I think they're going to find that to be more difficult. So I said Spirit win 3-1.
Jennifer?
Yeah, we have kind of been on fire on the back line lately with, like Karen said, Oyster back there. We've had Witt back there, Whitney Church, Reynolds back there, and then other players have been interchanging between Tori Huester with Allie Krieger playing in the midfield, which I think we're still getting used to. But I mean, no matter who we play in keeper that day, whether it's Ashlyn Harris or Kelsey Weiss, we're still good to go because both of our keepers have been fantastic this season. Mm-hmm. So I agree. I think Kansas City is going to have trouble getting through our back line. I think our midfield is kind of finding their balance between offense and defense. So they'll hold it back when they need to and push it forward when they need to, which is nice. And then we've got the speed up top. We've got Crystal Dunn up there. We've got Franny Ordega up there. Akobe saw her first game a little while ago. She's got the speed up there. So we're a very well-balanced team. And last time we played Kansas City, in Kansas City, we lost to them 3-0, and that still burns. So we're not going to do that again. So I'm going to say 2-1 Spirit.
Yeah, Oyster even promised that you guys weren't going to lose to them again this time. This is a battle of the two of the powerhouses in the league. Let's see if the Dunn show will be enough against FC Kansas City plethora, I wanted to say that word, of options. I'm still, like I said, I think A-Rod, you better look out for her now because she might start getting going at the right time. Yeah. And once they start clicking FC Kansas City, they can be a real scary team. I don't want them, they've been consistent, but when they put it all together, like in the one games where some of the games, we've seen some of the games, they've beaten teams like about 4-0, 5 something, then they look really scary. So this could be that game, but I don't see this game. I actually went with the Spirit in this game in my notes 2-1 because I feel like Spirits are going to come in and steal one just because that Dunn element, for some reason, this is a player that's a little bit above just being a good player, a great player. This is a little world-class player they have developing right now. And
she's crazy.
Dunn is something else. I can't go against the Dunn-led team usually. I guess if it's like against like Seattle, because look at them. Kim Little's world class, so it's like that's a different story. But Dunn is right there, man. She's about to break through pretty soon. So 2-1. First set stars. Let's see if you crazy. Karen, you go first. What do you got?
All right, that was awesome. So the Flash are playing for a spot in the playoffs. Honestly, it's going to be almost impossible for them to get there. I think Spirit has to lose and all of this other stuff, right? I don't think it's going to happen. But they have something to play for. Chicago's already through, so I think Washington is, or oh my God, New York Flash. Fine.
It's my team.
Having a day, it's fine. I think the Flash are going to be playing hard, and they're going to be at home as well, I believe, so they're going to be playing even harder. Chantel Jones, if she's having another day where she's kicking ass and taking names, it's going to be hard for Chicago to score goals. So I said it's going to be another tie, but this time I think it's going to be 1-1.
That's all we were asking for in Chicago were some goals. Jen,
yeah, come on.
Who do you got? I know it killed us.
I would love to see Western New York upset Chicago here. That would just make my weekend.
What about Graham?
Sorry, Graham. I'm actually not sorry. That's okay. He knows we have a sibling rivalry. It's all right. It's tough because they did get rid of Aaron Lyons at this point. So what we were used to seeing with the Flash it didn't happen this week. There wasn't. The second half of this last game was kind of uneventful, but like the Flash didn't die on the field, which was nice. So, pending that doesn't happen again, I kind of agree with Karen. I'm gonna go a draw here, I think. Also 1-1. I'd like to see a Heyman goal. I don't know if it'll happen, but hey, I can cheer for Heyman.
Love those Australians.
Yeah.
Let's see. So this is basically a rematch of the game they just had. So I think the Flash, I think they're eliminated because of the draw, actually, aren't they?
Yeah, they technically are.
They're eliminated in my heart.
Wow. Okay. I actually think the Flash will actually pull this one off and win this game. I think Heyman's going to have a fantastic match. I think Jones is going to be on fire again. I'll say 2-1 Flash.
Woo! Nice little upset. For me, I felt like it was so much pressure for Chicago to really hold down that spot for the most part, or just try to get. I think they were saying they clinched when I was there, so they're getting clinched that they were just so, that pressure was off them, so now they can come in here and play freely against the Flash, and maybe they'll play a lot better. It's like now there's a relief off their shoulders. This is a game that I just don't see the Flash winning, but they might not lose, so they might get a draw, but I just feel like it's Heyman, and then maybe kick it up to Lynn Williams sometimes, and then really it's Heyman most of the time, and hoping sometimes like Eddie or someone else helps, but it's the Heyman show. And if she doesn't score, they won't win. I expect 1-0 for Chicago Red Stars. How about that? I wish they would have scored while I was down there, though. So maybe they'll score out there in Western New York. Seattle versus Blue. This is a game where everyone is now that Nikki Stanton's off the show. They will tell their true feelings about Sky Blue. We're going to start on first. What do you have?
Okay, first of all, I like Sky Blue. Like, Sky Blue's probably like my third or fourth favorite team, so it's not like
third or fourth. Good God.
19, not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, the upper half of the league. But yeah, I mean, Seattle's that's my baby, So, it's definitely going to be a Seattle win. It's at home. It's at home, dude. Seattle's at home.
Okay. Seriously, yeah, I agree. Okay.
Yeah. But it won't be like a blowout special or anything. Like, Sky Blue's definitely going to fight back. Nadine, KO are going to do their thing. Kim's not going to be lethal, so I'm going to say Seattle. They win.
Be nice.
1-0.
Okay, I appreciate that. I like how you said they're going to fight back like it's like some big 20-year-old bodybuilder fighting some little 10-year-old kid or whatever. Like, stop. They're going to actually fight back a little bit, so it'll be kind of fair. I know holding his hand. Karen, your thoughts on this game?
Killing me. All right. Well, I have Reign winning. Partly my bias, and it's partly just that they're Seattle Reign. Sky Blue is my third favorite behind Reign and Washington Spirit. I'm just saying.
Just go.
We look out for each other, DJ. Karen and I look out for each other.
Right?
JK right there.
But I think Sky Blue is going to put on a good fight, but I think Reign is going to pull through a 2-0.
Good fight. That's the most they can give me right now. All right, Jen, your thoughts on that game? How much you got Seattle winning by?
I actually also said a 2-0 win for Seattle. So, sorry, DJ. Honestly, it would be more if Brittany Cameron wasn't the goalkeeper for Sky Blue. So, I mean...
All right. Well, this is what I'm going to say real quick. This is what I'm going to say real quick. So I said earlier in this episode it was a sky bluish episode before we came on. I was exactly right because everyone chose against us. I'm going 2-1 sky blue just on principle alone because someone has to choose this team to have a chance. We're going to have KO and Sam Kerr goals. There you go. Even though I'm feeling like everyone else because it's like going to Seattle is a fortress. You just can't get any points there usually. But I got to because I just feel bad. Everyone's like, oh, they're my third favorite, you know? It's like, well, I can leave. So, I mean, it's cool. But, all right. We're going to go 2-1. We're going to just not touch that anymore. Let's go to Houston.
That's not bad.
Houston versus Boston. And we're going to talk about this game. So let's go up, Eugene. What do you got in the Houston versus Boston game, and why?
Oh, God. I don't even know. This is a tough one to pick because they've both been so dang inconsistent the back half of the season. You know, on any other day, I think I would pick Houston just because they've been a little bit more consistent than Boston. But Boston's got Alyssa Nair in the back, and goalkeepers have been coming up huge lately. You know, Brittany Cameron has been huge. Chantel Jones has been huge. So it's really come down to goalkeepers playing the games. And I think Alyssa Nair is going to probably come up big here too. So I'm actually going to call this one a draw at 1.
Sounds right. Karen?
For the same reasons, I think that it's going to be a very close game. I picked Houston dash 2-1 though because I feel like they have players like Carly Lloyd, they have Ohai, they have Bryan, they have Kling, they have McDonald, and I think those are all players who can make that much more of a difference, especially against Boston, who has been playing kind of poorly and inconsistently. So 2-1, Houston.
Neil?
Okay, let's see. Well, Houston is my second favorite team, so in case you were wondering. So, let's see. Boston, I actually think Boston's going to try to hit that 20-point mark this season. So they're at 15 right now, right? So they need this win. I'm going to give it to Boston. I think Mewis and McCaffrey will have some sort of magic trick that occurs, and they somehow sneak in a goal, and I think Houston, they might be a little let down after getting eliminated and maybe not have as much fire. So I think Boston gets this one. I'm going to say probably maybe 2-1.
For me, it's just one of these games where, as much as I've rode Houston early in the season, it was just like they didn't live up to expectations. Even after national teamers came back, they still didn't live up to expectations because it became the Carly Lloyd show and then bail me out Carly Lloyd show. So either she scores to carry them or she scores to pull them out of something that they didn't deserve to win or get a point out of.
Yeah.
You guys, I had Houston 1-0, but that's still thinking from that this team is better than they've portrayed out there. But I think I might go 1-1 for a draw. Maybe a McCaffrey goal, even though teams focus on her. She's a real big focal point, so they try to shut her out. And then they try to focus on Carly Lloyd. So maybe Mewis will slip in one, and then maybe an Ohai goal. So 1-1. Not much else you can say about that game. All right, guys, I think we did pretty good with that whole review. I guess I'll talk a little bit about the Chicago trip, and then rants, and that's about that. As you know, at the Chicago trip, we have a video that's going to be up. I'm going to be working on it tomorrow with Jen Carl's videos, too, so I'm going to be working on videos all day. Oh, there is one more game, isn't there? What game did I miss, guys?
Yeah, there is. There is, buddy. It's the most important game we have left in the season, actually.
Basically, yeah. Game of the week, man. This is a big deal.
Oh, I forgot that on purpose. Well, all right, Jen Carl, go for it.
Yeah, like I just said, it is probably the most important game we have left this season. So, I mean, it's tough because it's putting my spirit against Tobin Heath, and I hate that. I can't stand it. It's like ripping out my soul. But I've gone with Tobin Heath every other game, and I've been sadly disappointed. And I can't go against my spirit. So, I think again, Spirit has just been consistent where Portland hasn't. So even though this is away, we are playing in Portland to a sold-out Portland crowd. I still think the Spirit are going to be able to pull this one off. I'm going to go... I think it'll be close. I'm going to go 1-0.
Karen?
I'm going to go 2-0 for Spirit, just because...
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Same reason that Jen Carl said. I just think Portland's not playing up to snuff. Tobin Heath can't do it all. Sorry. And Claire's gonna yeah. Sinclair's not there. She has her ankle injury, which sucks just for the entire soccer world, basically, because she's awesome. And I just don't think that Portland has it in them to beat Washington Spirit. I think Spirit's probably going to be coming off of when they win against Kansas City, and they're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be all excited and stuff, and Portland's going to be beat down. So I think it's just going to be 2-0 Washington Spirit.
Neil?
Yeah, actually, speaking of that, Karen, see, I think if Washington wins their game Thursday, that would actually eliminate Portland from the playoffs, I believe, by the time the game came. But on that, though, yeah, if the Spirit win Thursday and they pretty much solidify their spot, I definitely think they got that. Like, they'll... Ashley...
Whoa, hang on.
Throw it out, crowd. Portland.
Where are you going?
Okay, no. Spirit doesn't lose the game for sure. But they might not win the game. So I want to say 1-1. I'm gonna say it's a draw.
All right. I'm almost in the same boat with what Karen said. It's the Tobin Heath show, and she can't do it all. So I'm going to go with the Spirit. I can't choose against Spirit at this point in the season. I feel like this is a team preparing to go and try to win a championship. They're not looking at little things. They want to raise a – well, it's not a cup. What is it, a glass little plaque? Yeah, they want to raise a plaque, if that sounds right. So I can't choose them with Portland. Portland's just been so inconsistent. They haven't looked good to me moments, but Boston's had moments. Look where they're sitting right now. So I'm going to go with the Spirit 2-1 in this game, and we'll probably get goals from someone else because they're going to focus so much on Dunn. Someone else is going to get off or whatever. Let's go get a Loman goal. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. Now you're just sucking up.
Yeah, I am. So anyway, as I was saying before I forgot about that game, thank you guys for reminding me. The Chicago trip, we have it all on video. We're going to put the video out for you guys. It's probably going to be a good 20-minute video. There's some cool stuff that happened with some players at the game, and so you're going to like that. You're going to really enjoy it. I think did I show you, Neil, that or not yet?
You a little bit of it. You told me about it, yeah.
I'm going to send that video to you so you can see it just to get that sneak peek. That's so cool what happened at the game, and if you were there, we got to thank the Chicago Sporting Group. We got to hang out with them, and that was fun. They beat me in some cornhole, so I was pissed about that. Other than that, they were pretty cool. They were nice people, and they were fun to talk to. I want to go back another time with them, record some more footage at another game. That'll be great and all. Other than that, let's go with rants. I definitely have a rant, so I want to start first. You guys don't mind. The host is pissed about something.
Oh.
It's not about you guys being the third place, fourth place team type of mess. It's One Direction is where my rant is focused on. So when we were in Chicago, it was busy, but naturally you expect that in the big city. But there was tons of traffic just stopping you even from getting downtown. We were just going to go see the Sears Tower. So we said, who could be in town right now? Oh, it must be somebody big, or it must be like a cool artist. It was like, oh, it must be like someone like a Katy Perry, or a Elton John, maybe, or maybe the Beatles got back together and they decided to do something downtown Chicago. You know who's downtown caused all this thing? We're seeing a bunch of little 15, 14-year-old girls walking downtown, blocking all the traffic, making it so we couldn't park the Sears Tower because of One Direction. You know what, One Direction? We're coming for you. And Off the Post is not a fan of you at all. So we are not afraid.
You better be careful. You're going to get 14 and 15-year-old girls attacking us on Twitter now.
Yeah, dude. You made us a target. Why did you do this?
Make us a target, didn't I? So we're going to get unfollowed by half of the people that follow us. But nonetheless, I'm not a fan of you guys for what you did to me in Chicago. No, I'm a fan of you anywhere else. Why couldn't you have been in Chicago a day before? Because I would have liked One Direction because of that. But I'm just gonna say you were in Chicago my days, so I was very disappointed at that. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not against you. You can listen to your music and your boy bands, and your people can make little tweets about what's his name, Zayn out or Zayn back or 1 month or a year. If I was saying. So that's all cool with me. It's fine and dandy. Just don't come to Chicago next time I'm in town. It's that simple. Let's schedule something. I'll talk to the boys. Harry's house. Let's get together and talk about this so that we can get our stuff together. So next time I'm in town, you guys won't mess up my fun time. Thank you. Neil, what is your rant?
Well, I think my rant actually is now I have to find another thing to be on a web show about because we're done now. Like after that, oh man, what have you done, dude? Like, why would you do that?
I'm sorry, the red hat made me do it. It's talking to me. It talks to me in my sleep.
But seriously, actually, I don't think I have a rant this week.
One Direction.
Definitely not. No, not at all. Yeah, I think I'm pretty good. I don't think I have any.
Darren, any rants for me?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yes, actually.
There we go. We're getting these blue bands. There we go.
Is against somebody else that's probably going to get us in trouble. Sports Center has a lot to answer for.
Oh yeah, they always say something stupid.
They suck at women's sports so bad. It's like women's sports don't even exist. I swear to God. It's like women don't play sports. It's like these freaking sportscasters go home to their ladies who've made them their dinner and go, oh, did you watch golf today? I don't even know. I don't even know what's coming out of my mouth right now. I'm so mad at them. Honestly, were there actually 10 things that were better than Kim Little's hat trick? I don't think so. What else is going on right now? Golf? What the hell even happens in golf that's exciting? Are people clapping more enthusiastically than usual? I don't understand.
I play golf.
Well, that's exciting for whoever is actually playing golf, but people are watching it on TV and getting it, and somehow it's getting better than Kim Little's hat trick. And also, Brittany Cameron was left off of Sports Center for her double save. So I'm just saying, Sports Center, wake up. Women play sports. It's happening. There's an actual league for women who play soccer. It's called National Women's Soccer League. You can watch all the games on YouTube. Pretty easy. So wake up and stop leaving women's sports off of your top 10. Sucks.
No, I agree with that one actually, because I remember when they were talking about it on the sports writers on Sunday, where they all get together, the old writers, to talk about stuff. They were like, and I think they have a league, but I'm not sure. Do they have a league? I'm not sure. I'm like, hello. You can just turn on your Google it and find a league or something. You can turn it on your TV or your computer and see that they have a league. So they're really bad with that. And it's kind of a shame because they're the worldwide leader. Okay, I'm about to rant. Never mind. Jen, go on.
Karen, actually, I'm gonna make note of something you said. Watching the games on YouTube is not easy. That's the problem. Have you seen a Spirit game this season? It's not good. It's just not. No. But yeah, I actually don't have a rant. Like I'm happy. I don't know how that happened. I ended up being happy, but yeah, I'm good. Life's great. You know.
What's up with Jen lately?
I know. Come to think of it, I haven't had a rant like the past 3 shows.
No, you haven't. You've been like happy about stuff.
Living the dream.
I'm about to go like slash her tires. As we know, next week we will be back. Probably, I'm guessing the 31st. We might change that depending on our special surprise we have for you. So just look on our YouTube, Facebook, and whatever other social media. If you follow us on our personals on Twitter, we're always tweeting women's soccer stuff more than ESPN does, to be honest with you. You have to take a shot.
Shots fired.
Many a shots fired today. Only a few of us will survive. Tune in next week to watch me get beat down by a bunch of 14-year-olds. I'm your host, DJ Red Cap, and I'll have the Red Cap back next week. It was fun. Thank you, Nikki Stanton, as always. I know you guys were all good, and we had a fun episode, actually. So tune in next time. We'll probably will have something special for you. So just stay tuned. As you see, with each episode lately, we've had a little player pop up. So who knows what's next to come? All right, everyone, it's time to wave again so that we can say goodbye. There goes that pageant wave. We're on the float, and goodbye to you all.